Hi, my name is Naomi Java. It's story time. I have a question for you. Are you blocking God from blessing you in the moment? You've been believing in God for a long time. You pray, you have a relationship with Him, you talk to Him, He talks to you. But if He decides to do things in a new way, can you receive Him? Let me give you an example. I was walking in Safeway parking lot. All of a sudden, I felt the power of God build up in my right hand, and my body was just full of excitement. And I'm like, okay, so who do you want me to talk to? I start scanning the parking lot. He highlighted a lady for me. So I went up to talk to her. We started a conversation, and I asked her if I can pray for her. And she said no. She said she knows God. She prays, and He answers her, and they have a relationship. And I said, okay, thank you. And I said, God, I'm sorry. She wouldn't let me bless her. 2 weeks ago in San Francisco, God highlighted another lady from behind, where the power built up in my hands and my body was full of excitement. And I said, okay, God, I'll go talk to her. So I went up to the side of her, looked at her face, and then struck up a conversation with her. I asked her if I could pray for her, and she said no. She has a relationship with God. She prays for Him. She hears from Him, and she's fine. So then I thought to myself, I'm not letting this one go. And I said, I'm being asked to pray for you. And she said, okay. I started praying for her. The power left me and hit her, and God took over the prayer. And her eyes opened wide, and she bent over and in shock, and her mouth wide open. And when the prayer was done, she goes, you keep listening to God. And I said, I will. And she hugged me really tight. On Monday, I was in a coffee shop. I noticed a person getting out of her car and being put into a wheelchair. Her partner pushed her towards the coffee shop, and I knew I needed to pray for her. I noticed that a lot of family members were meeting her there, so I had to figure out an opportunity to talk with her. So it was about 30 minutes later, I was able to walk up to her and talk with her. She's been a believer ever since she was 13 years old. God took her out of so many things. She knew if she didn't have God in her life, that she wouldn't be alive today. And so I asked her, why are you in a wheelchair? And she said she has bone on bone in her knees. It was very painful for her to walk, but they wanted to do surgery on her, but she said, no, God's gonna heal her. And I said, can I pray for you? And she said, yes. So I'm started praying for healing in her knees, cartilage to grow, and the power left me and hit her. So I know God was healing her. And the prayer was over. I said, would you be willing to stand up and see if you still have pain? And she said, no. She got scared. I said, did you feel anything? She goes, yes, but we gotta go. And I said, okay, thank you. I'm hoping that when she gets up out of the wheelchair to get into the car, that she has no more pain in her knees. I'm hoping that her fate would realize God healed her in that moment. Are you locking God into a box where you can't see that He can bless you in more than one way?